teaching meditation for a few decades between us. So it's been a while. Me personally, I started meditating as a kid with my mom. The first time I gave a meditation class was in my high school when I was 17, in high school itself. So since I was 17, now I'm 40, you do the math. I've been teaching meditation a little while. So here in Colorado, we give weekly meditation classes. Right now, it's in downtown Littleton. I gave you some info on little postcards. So we can, if you have any questions about that at the end, you can feel free to ask us. Who has ever meditated in here? Okay, awesome. This is rare. This is great. Okay, so who, on a totally different side of it, who feels stressed? Okay, and who feels stressed on a regular basis? Do you think that that is normal? You don't have to answer, but just in your mind. It's not. That is not our natural state of being. There's no reason why we should be feeling stressed all the time. And actually, it turning into a pattern in our life. And then it almost becomes a go-to feeling. So what meditation is brilliant at, and it's brilliant at many things on many levels, but at the most basic, it's great at stopping that cycle of feeling stressed all the time. So how does that happen? Okay. A lot of people have misconceptions about what a meditation is. First of all, I'll just get to the very most basic. Meditation is not something you do like exercise or like homework or whatever, swimming. It is a state you enter. Okay? So here, who knows this? Who's seen this before? I'm assuming most of you. Okay, good, because I don't want to have to. So this is an energetic system inside our body that has been described all over the world. It is not only Indian. People think it's the Hindu, comes from pre-Hindu times or Buddhists. It's actually been described by the Kabbalists, the Jews. It's been described by ancient peoples all over the planet in detail, but it is described in different ways. So, for example, the Kabbalists call this the tree of life. And there are different levels. If they even have a chart that looks remarkably similar to this one. This one is the most typical one that comes from India, from ancient India. And Indians are brilliant at describing things in incredible detail. So that's why we use it, because it's really well described. But it has been poetically described the entire planet over. And it's been described by the people, the mystics of all peoples. So it's the people who weren't satisfied with the physical existence. These are the people that wanted to look inside themselves and see what we are all made out of, right? And this is what they described in all different ways. So we have energetic system spheres that correlate to our nervous plexus in our bodies, where the nerves come together along the spinal cord. And then that's correlating to each of these. They're called as chakras. But in addition, we have energetic big highways, you could say. They're channels. Okay? You have the left side, the right side, and the center. The left side is the past. It's the moon. We're talking yin and yang here. We're talking duality. Okay? So the feminine, the emotion, you get the drift, right? On the left side. The right side is the sun channel. It's the side of action. It's the masculine. It's the planning. It's the physical activity, okay? It's what gives us that energy, that impetus, okay? In the center is the present. it is non-duality. It goes above duality. So you have everything duality. In our world, the world we mostly deal with, we're constantly dealing with duality. Past, future, past, future, past, future, past, future. I have to do this, 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 this. You're constantly thinking, I have a test, I have to learn this, I have to get this homework done. Constantly, your brain turning, all the things that you have to do. Or the opposite. This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I said that. Oh my gosh, I totally screwed that exam. Oh my gosh, this. So you're going from past to future, and your brain takes over. And it turns into an engine of going past, future, past, future, past, future, past, future. Noise, right? Who feels that their brain has control over, or this noise has control over them? That you don't have control over what is going on in your mind? Okay, you're honest. So what meditation allows you to do is stop the noise, stop the hamster wheel that we're on of thinking, and get into the present moment. So in order to meditate, to get to the most basic thing of what I'm trying to tell you, meditation is to be in the present moment, to not think about the future or the past at all, to be completely in the here and now, and allow silence of the present to widen inside yourself and to engulf you. That's meditation, okay? Now, when you can do that, you get into a state that's called thoughtless awareness. Now, some people may have the misconception that meditation, you kind of go into a la-la land. You dream about being on a beach with a breeze and the palm trees. It's the absolute opposite of that, actually. Being in the present moment means you are absolutely aware of the now. But you're not being tricked into thinking about what you have to do. You're not being tricked into what ancients called the Maya, or the illusions of life, okay? You're able to be completely present, and when you're present and you're in the silence without thoughts, because if you're here and now, you're not thinking about the future and the past, you're really not thinking, okay? You get full of peace, and this energetic system kind of kicks into gear because you're putting your attention on yourself. You're putting your attention inward into your own energy. So it's kind of like, so there's a wonderful energy in our sacrum bone. Sacrum means sacred. The Greeks named this bone sacrum, sacrum meaning sacred. They knew this was a very sacred part of our body. So sacrum bone, within the sacrum bone, there's a very wonderful energy. Again, it's been described by all the mystics. They have named it in different ways. The ancient Indians named it as Kundalini. And when we meditate, we're able to allow this energy to rise, piercing these chakras, and giving us yoga. Yoga is a total misnomer nowadays because everybody thinks it's exercise. But yoga literally means union. So when this energy, our personal energy, unites with the cosmic energy, universal energy, it's like having a TV or a computer and plugging it into the wall. We have this incredible instrument, but unless you plug it in, it doesn't work. Okay? So the yoga is what allows us to start feeling all this energy. And many people already have felt it, so they've already experienced that yoga. But many haven't. And then they start feeling things. And the nice thing is you can feel it. Each chakra has a correlation on your hands and in your body. So you yourself feel your own state. You yourself feel your own energy. You don't have to go somewhere and pay someone who knows how much. I mean, it blows my mind that people do this. that you pay somebody to tell you how your own chakras are. If somebody tells you that, run away, seriously, because they're a quack. You yourself have the ability to feel your own energy. And when you're meditating, that's when you feel it. So it's a lot of stuff. If you want it just for stress, awesome. It really does work. Just being able to remove your thoughts and be in the present moment is huge. It's huge. But you can take it further if you like. It kind of has no end, pretty much. So as you can see, the left and right channels, the duality, end on each side of the brain. And they end. They can't go anywhere. Which is interesting because these ancient Indians, thousands of years ago, described this, drew this, that the left crosses here to the right and the right crosses here to the left. Well, now we know in medical science that this part of the brain controls this part of the body and vice versa. But that's very recent knowledge, medically. But they knew it thousands of years ago. So this is how the energy flows, you know? And it's all connected to our neurologic system. That's why we can feel it. Okay? I'll just talk one more thing, that these energy centers, energy wheels, chakra means wheel, they turn, and as we meditate and as we expand the peace within us, as we expand the present moment within us, they start also expanding and opening, and the energy is able to flow out of them more. And each one of them correlates to certain qualities. So the most obvious, okay, so you just tell me, what quality comes from here? Love. So go to Africa, go to China, go to Australia. The littlest kids all know, everywhere, love comes from here. You don't have to tell them that. They know that, right? Don't we all know that? Okay. Why? Is it because it comes from a pumping muscle? No. It comes from our most inner energetic self. So that's the most obvious one, right? But all of them emit certain pure qualities in the same way that love comes from here. So another example, I feel something in my gut. I feel that that's not right, right? People feel that. You really do feel it in your gut. Something just hits you, and you're like, that doesn't feel right. How come? How come you feel it in your gut? You know, these are just little things that you just say, and you do feel them. But if you pay attention, it's because they come from places. They come from places very deep within us that we don't pay attention to. But by meditating, you're able to pay attention to them and harness them. So when you're a meditator and you feel energy working through you, if you feel something in your gut, you follow that. You know it's absolutely true. If you feel that someone is lying to you, but they speak a good game, you know, my gut tells me something else. And that's right, you know? Because the energy is flowing through you, it's working through you, and you know it, you feel it, and you trust it. So these are the kinds of things that when you meditate, they make you a more confident person, a more peaceful person, less stressed, a more loving person. You start naturally becoming more balanced, and these qualities just start flowing. And then it affects you, it affects your life, it affects the life of those around you very deeply. And if enough people get together, it affects the world. I mean, I've been to India and I've meditated with 10,000 at one time. And let me tell you, it's power. It's pure, pure power. It's like the Buddha said, you have one flame, but if you have many flames together, that's meditating people together, right? Another interesting, so we're in a Christian country. So another way that it was described was the Pentecost in the Bible. Have you heard of this? Okay, so Jesus lit flames on the heads of the apostles. Did he literally light flames? Like, there are paintings in old museums that show candle flames coming from the apostles. What does that look like? So that's the way that it was described all over the world, in different ways. Okay, using poetry, but it's all the same thing. It's the energy. He gave them yoga. So, yeah, that's more or less the gist.
And the Sacred Heart in Christianity is also the fire of the heart.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's described as a flame everywhere. Yeah, the spirit itself, the home of the spirit is the heart. Yeah, I think that's more or less the gist. You wanna. And then after we'll meditate, and then Oleg will lead the meditation, and then afterwards you can ask us questions. Okay? But it's better once you meditate.
I'm practicing this meditation for many years. Since I first met Shimaji, the founder of Sahaja Yoga, as it is known in the world, when she was invited by Russian government to Russia first time in 1991. And since then, I got very impressed. I'm considering myself a very analytical person and scientifically oriented, like most of students here, most of you. And I never believed anything mystical. And so I didn't believe what I heard at all. I rejected all the knowledge, but what caught me really was the experience. And this is amazing part of this practice, your own experience. You don't need to believe anything. Whatever Alia just explained is fancy and good, and most of us would like to have it in their toolbox of their qualities, but it doesn't happen overnight because of your knowledge. What impresses in Sahaja Yoga practice, in Sahaja meditation, is your own experience. Like when you touch the flame, you feel the heat and you reject your hand, right? You don't need to explain in your mind that this is hot, this burns. This is type of knowledge you get through this meditation. The trust Alia was talking about in your gut's feelings, on every, not only gut's feelings, but on every level of your energy system becomes transparent through your palms. You feel conditions of the subtle system of every chakra on your palms. Your hands start speaking to you. It's like new language. Like for me, new language is English, for example, all right? And when I started to learn it, it was like here and there, and I still make mistakes, but I can communicate. The same with vibratory awareness, we call it. You feel the vibrations. Each chakra, each energy center emits and translate it through the knowledge you gain through this type of meditation. So I will lead you through a very simple exercise, which is basically leads you through this system on the left-hand side and awakens, helps this energy, Alia called as Kundalini, and this energy knows many, many different names in from different traditions. Through the certain steps, we'll do steps with the right hand. So let us practice before we start, because when we do it with closed eyes. Can you see there behind? Anyway, Yeah, I took into this lady. If you need to shift, please feel free. So we'll use our right hand, all right? Right hand represents right channel of action. So we'll give energy with right, we'll absorb energy with left. Left represents left channel, passive channel. So we'll keep left hand on our lap, and we'll use right hand by closing this circle of energy. Basically, you become a healer to yourself from this very moment. Nobody does anything for you, you do to yourself, with your intention, with your desire, and with the energy we bring into this room. So left hand will be on the lap, right hand will close the circle, and we'll start from this heart. We'll say certain affirmation. It's very, very simple affirmation developed by the founder of Sahaja Yoga, Srimati Nirmala Devi. She's considered as the greatest guru, spiritual master, or master of yoga ever came to the earth. Believe it or not, just use it like we use these cell phones. We don't know how they work. We just use them. So, heart, then under the ribs on the left-hand side of your body. This is this area. Then here, growing, the guts area on the left, where the leg meets body joint over here. Then back to the under the ribs, then heart. Then that corner between left shoulder and neck. And we can tilt your head towards right to open that corner. I recommend put your hand under the clothes. So you keep this, you keep this touch really prominent, bold. You can feel that area. Then here, behind the back head. And then we'll stretch fingers and put only center of your right palm. Look at the map. Center represents seventh energy center. So center of your right palm goes right on top of your head. You know what place is this? Is that bone closer to front? Closer here. Not there, here. It's fontanelle. The bone which we had soft when we were babies, and it was pulsating. It's a very remarkable spot in our body. Very remarkable. This is the entry point to that energy above. Whatever you refer, or however you refer to that energy above, intelligence above, or any other word you choose to use, this is the entry point. This is the connecting. There is no yoga if I stand on the head without that thoughtlessness which Alia mentioned. But there is yoga if this center actually opens up. Now look at this map. Every center, every chakra has certain number of petals, representing major qualities which we gain if that energy center is opened. Look at this one. We have very nice exercise in our weekly programs where when we get to the 7th chakra, we ask people to write down. This chakra has 1,000 petals, 1,000 qualities. We ask people to write down qualities each one would like to have when this center is opened. Honestly, I don't know so many words in English to cover all the qualities I would love to have. For me, it's a Superman or Superwoman. When we get this energy center completely opened, we become that person who has this 1,000 qualities, flying, diving, whatever. So, coming back. This is what we're going to do, and then we'll, after this exercise, this will be preparation for awakening of this energy, together with entering to that state which Alia called thoughtless awareness. It's an English translation of very ancient name, which is Nirvichara Samadhi, state of thoughtless awareness. You are thoughtless, completely thoughtless. There is no thoughts. But you are absolutely aware of everything, starting from yourself. That's where you become that personality explained. Very balanced, very focused. your grades in tests go like this. Because you're very focused, very relaxed. You're not stressed out completely. More than that, it helps. It's basically connecting to the miracle of life, which we forget all the time because we're thinking. We're constantly thinking. Okay, so if you wish, we recommend to take off your shoes to connect. Well, we're on the second floor and cement floors, but anyway, it will give you better connection and better flow of energy. All our body is the instrument of constant flowing of energy. If you feel comfortable, if you don't bother. So close your eyes. I'm going to lead you through all these steps, so don't worry. And if you're kind of confused, you can open your eyes and look at me a little bit, and then close again. By closing your eyes, you basically bring yourself inside instead of thinking. Another suggestion, for the next 10 minutes, be here. Do not try to reject, do not try to argument, do not try constantly keep that conversation in your head, whether or not you accept what I'm saying or not. Just be as an honest science student, where you listen to new theory. Next step will be proving it, and next step would be applying that. And this is the honesty of every scientific process. So put your hand on your heart. Left hand is opened. Make several deep breaths. And these breaths are just remind ourselves that so many miraculous living processes which are supporting our life as human beings are absolutely not controlled by our brains, our minds. They are working for us. So there is mechanism inside, built in, Sahaja, which is already built in, which controls all the life inside. During the next 10 minutes, we'll try to touch, to build new link with this mechanism. To feel it, to understand it a little bit, and to use it. So putting your attention into your heart, we say, without words, inside, we say, I am. We ask, am I the pure self? Or am I the pure spirit? Say it 3 times. Just as a reminder, no need to think about this sentence. Just focus on each syllabus. Say it with full attention. Am I the pure self? Now we move right hand under the ribs on the left-hand side of our body. Locate our attention over there where the right hand touches the body, and say, am I my own teacher? Am I my own teacher? 3 times as well. These are very genuine questions which are very important in this process. Am I my own teacher? Now we move right hand into that joint between left leg and body, left hand side. Put your fingers there, touch that growing area, touch that joint, and locate your attention. Attention follows your right hand. And say here, energy within. Please give me pure or absolute knowledge. Please give me pure knowledge. Say it 6 times. Please give me pure knowledge. This is very powerful affirmation because it brings that very, very powerful inner intention of each one of us to really filter all your knowledge and find the absolute knowledge versus all other knowledge. Please give me pure knowledge. Now let's bring right hand back to the left hand side under the ribs area. And here we state 10 times. The counting, by the way, is not as important. Just be here, be now, and say it honestly from your heart. Here we say, yes, I am my own teacher or master. It's very logical. If I operate on the basis of only absolute knowledge, I become a real master to myself. I am my own master. 10 times. I am my own teacher. Now raise that right hand, right palm, put on the heart, where we started from. Eyes are closed, attention on top of your head, and on that heart, where the right hand touches your body. And here, with full confidence, we say, yes, I am the pure self. Or, as I feel more comfortable and more powerful, I am saying, I am the pure spirit. 12 times. It's nothing mystical. It's nothing religious. What you state here is absolute truth. You will feel it. You'll understand it. For now, just say it. I am the pure spirit. Going forward, just 2 words. Spirit, in each one of us, the center of our souls. Spirit is something absolutely essential, immortal. Now, let's move right hand on that corner between left shoulder and neck. Make a deep grip. Touch it well. Locate all your attention over there on that corner. And say here, very, very important thing. Now, before you say, set yourself into condition where you are not going to think about any accident, any event, any person in the past. Just say it mentally, prepare yourself. And then you're ready to say, I am not guilty at all. Say it with full confidence. 16 times. This energy center has 16 petals. So continue saying it, paying attention only to saying, I am not guilty at all. I am innocent. Now, to support this, on the background of your saying, I'll explain. We all do mistakes. And instead of escaping the responsibility for mistakes, we take an action. We learn from mistakes in order to not to repeat them again. And we keep this center clean for the passage of energy by saying, I am not guilty at all. I'm innocent. Now, straighten your body, straighten your back. Bring right palm right across your forehead. And you can squeeze a little bit. Both left and right portion of your forehead. Squeeze it well, but don't overdo. Attention is here, on that area. With full confidence from your heart, we say here, I forgive. Again, suggestion here, don't think about any specific accident, situation, person. It doesn't matter right now. What matters right now is that you bring the power of your desire, power of your heart into this saying. More than that, just to encourage, I will say that by doing this, by saying, I forgive everyone and everything, starting from myself, we break maybe very, very, very old and hard knots, connections with negative forces which may abuse us as a personalities. And this simple exercise, very, 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 very helpful. I forgive everyone and everything. The key here, don't think about specifics. And if you feel hard to do this, to feel it, just send your forgiveness to the birds, to the trees, to the sky. Make it general. I forgive. Now let's bring right hand back to your lap. Sit comfortably but straight. If you sit on a chair, just move towards the edge of the chair so your back is really straight. Your spine is straight. At the same time, we're going to relax. Relax your shoulders. Relax all muscles of your face. Now straighten the fingers, stretch the fingers of your right palm and put center of your right palm right on top of your head. Press well, but don't overdo. We're going to rotate scalp, skin of your head clockwise. And I'll tell you what clockwise means. Follow the motion. Forward, right, back, left. Forward, right, back, left. This is the clockwise. We're going to circle it 7 times. All attention now is there. And 7 times you say in your heart, energy within, please give me my awakening. There is a special term for this. We call it self-realization. And we'll talk about this later. But now we say 7 times, 7 circles. And we say, please give me my self-realization. Be patient. Focus completely on that 7th center where we touch and rotate skin. Think of nothing else. Please give me my self-realization. Done. When you're done, gently, without disturbing your attention, detach right palm. And slowly, slowly bring your right palm back to your lap, but keep your attention on top of your head, where you can physically still feel the touch of your hand. Both palms on your laps. And now we're going to experience something. Be absolutely relaxed. Forget whatever you planned for next 10 minutes, next 1 hour, 2 hours, next day, whatever. Just be here. Relax all the muscles of your shoulders, neck, face, and smile. Really, really smile. But keep your attention on top of your head. Try to keep yourself as steady, as silent as possible. Even try not to move physically. If you find yourself in that gap filled with silence, gap between two thoughts, this is, be sure, the moment of meditation. The most powerful for you, for the application of this meditation, is this moment. So try not to react. If you are there, be there. If thoughts are still coming and going and bubbling, be patient. If you are the one whose thoughts are still there, don't fight them. Just distance yourself. Face them in a very mild way and gently tell them, not you, not now. We can't force this thoughtless awareness by mental processes, mental exercises. Opposite. We give up. We give that energy within to navigate our attention to that state, to direct our attention to that state. That's why it is called Sahaja, means spontaneous. So be patient. Now, still keep your attention on top of your head and lift left hand, left palm above your head, 5-10 inches above your head, facing down. Locate your attention in between top of your head and that left palm which is above. And see if you can feel any breeze. Don't think you imagine things. Real. Just be here and check. If you can feel any breeze which is blowing towards your left palm, which is above your head. You can also move your hand a little bit left, right, back, down, up, forward, to find that spot where it actually works. Now, we have air conditioner in the room, and if you doubt that what you feel from your head is part of that physical wind blowing in the room, you can turn your head, turn your palm out from your, straighten your palm and direct it towards the opening in the ceiling to feel that physical breeze, and then bring it back to this condition or state of 5-10 inches above your head. and see the difference. Now let's switch our hands. Left goes down, right goes up, 5-10 inches above your head. Check it again. If not breeze, you may feel some tingling, numb, magnets-like sensations on your palm or different fingers of your palm. This all indicates the work of your inner energy trying to pass through the energy centers, chakras, and break through, create some friction. This is where it is reflected on our palms in the form of tingling, numbness, and different warm and cool sensations. We can bring both palms back to our laps. Now, the next exercise is we're going to open our eyes. Don't rush. Don't do it. I'll explain. We're going to open our eyes, but still keep our attention on top of our heads. This is the next level. This is what we teach in our classes and what we learn to be, to transfer, to transition that state of yoga, state of meditation into every action in our daily lives. They're not monks who are sitting on the top of Himalayas and do nothing. We are active people in this life, so we want that very balanced condition to be with us in every action. And this is what we'll practice right now. So we open our eyes, but do not react to all this information around you. Keep your attention on top of your head. Now lift your hands from your laps, hang them in the air, look at them from the top of your head, kind of thing, and see if you can feel any special sensations on fingertips or different areas of your palm. Remember, this is the map, and this is where you navigate with new knowledge. You can feel, if you can feel any tingling or numb or warm sensations on specific fingers, you can then look at the map and correlate between that finger and that chakra, that energy center. Usually tingling, numb, and warm sensations reflect blockages within our subtle system, and think of it as a root system of your living body. Imagine that if I am having headache 2 hours before, if I was in meditation, I would feel this fingers tingling, this fourth fingers tingling, because this is where the blockage starts. The root gets hurt, and then it comes to the physical level. If I have more serious, difficult diseases, they all came from here, from neglecting the condition of your root system. Today, in modern world, we know about this. So why not to use, like we use this high technology as well? This is what this meditation brings us to. So not only stress release, which you will feel right away, your day-to-day will go. By the way, raise your hand who felt any breeze above. Was it cool or warm? And kind of push. Cool or warm? Warm? Cool? Anyone here? Cool? Nothing? Cool represents more or less balance. When your energy within pierces through the centers and actually blows through, this is where we start feeling. The more yogi-like you become, the more you develop yourself, as Adam mentioned, establish yourself, the more prominent this feeling will be. You will be like these marionettes, dolls marionettes, which have strings. This is what you become with the string from your head. Connected. Yoga means, she mentioned, Alia mentioned, yoga means union. Connection. It's like connected to all Google servers at once and absorbing any knowledge in real time you need at that moment. Well, this is advanced state, but this is kind of technically explains what is this about. Now, if you feel tingling, numb, sensations, these are reflecting some blockages in the subtle system. If you don't feel at all, it may be related to block in this fifth energy center or this sixth energy center. And if you are continuing to do this, and these cards you got, by the way, we would like to get these ones back, these cards. If you can circle the condition before and after, we would love to have them back. The second card is for you. And there are links to our websites, and even one link which is called onlinemeditation.org, right into that bottom portion, where you can go and make guided meditation for half an hour every day. Or you're welcome to come to our programs. They're always free. We are volunteers. So
we're a nonprofit organization.
I have a question. Do you mind describing how this form of meditation is similar or different from other types of meditation, like transcendental meditation or other types we may have heard about?
I only know of a few others. I know about transcendental. There's this one, as we said, is founded by Shamaji. She founded it in 1970. It's all over the world. So is TM, and so is Mindful. The Mindful one is based on, I believe, the Dalai Lama's stuff. I'm pretty sure. I think originally, if you go all the way back, it goes to the Dalai Lama. Yeah, I mean, she developed it from knowledge from India, from ancient knowledge. So TM is more mental. So you like will repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat a phrase. So a lot of people that come to our meditation classes that have done transcendental kind of are a little bit stuck here. It gets a little bit too mental. We kind of focus more on going beyond the mind in order to be in the present moment easier. Eckhart Tolle is a great guy that talks about, it's like everything that we talk about, he talks about. So he's a great one to read about it, and he's also very much stressing the present moment, and it's all about that for him. And that's what it's all about for us as well. Because this is the center. The center is the here and now. If you can't maintain that, you can't, this is, again, it was named the tree of life. The more present you're able to get, the more you meditate, that tree grows, that trunk grows, it gets stronger, the energy grows bigger. It's like, and then things can't push you. Stresses can't knock you down. You're just energetically much stronger. So things just don't get to you the way they would when this might be just a little sapling, you know, getting blown by any little breeze. So yeah, there's lots and lots. Some are really great. Some are truly harmful. Some are truly harmful. So you have to really go by what you feel. And if you feel something really good, stick with it. But just because it's popular and just because it's famous doesn't mean that it really is helping at all. So yeah. And I think it's important that, you know, the founder and us, we've never charged a penny. We do it because we believe that people deserve peace. And that, not only that, she was nominated several times for a Nobel Peace Prize. Because the whole, how can you have peace in the world if people are not peaceful within? Her husband was a UN diplomat. And she would go with him all around the world, and it was like, the people that are negotiating peace are the least peaceful people ever. They're never going to get peace anywhere. you know? So you have to be first peaceful in order to spread that peace. And that's why we do this. So you have to see why people are doing it. Are they doing it for money, or are they doing it for more noble reasons? So just be aware, because there's some crazy stuff out there.
I'd like to add to that answer to your question. The major difference I found out of the years, and we, as Ali mentioned, we met many people who come to our programs with different experiences. We're all on the market of esoteric market, we call it. And so people came from different practices. I didn't find anyone whose energy within was awakened. And this is huge, especially for scientifically oriented mind. Why would you practice something which is very much theoretical or mental mostly? It's like go to a psychologist and he will give you exercises to train your brain. Instead, Sahaja Yoga, Sahaja Meditation starts from awakening. What we did today, it was the triggering the awakening of that dormant energy within us. And if you felt any sensations here, whether warm or cool, it means that your energy was awakened. It maybe happened before, by the way, but now you got a proof. So every time you feel cool or warm breeze blowing from your head, know for sure, don't doubt, like I did. Don't doubt. You are connected. You are in yoga.
And the classes that we give teach you to use your energy for yourself. We're never going to tell you, I don't know. We're just not, it's about you learning how to use your own energy and how to perceiving your own energy, and then all we do is basically give you the info and you use it. So it's about learning the qualities of the chakras. I mean, these qualities go back thousands of years. So it's about you feeling your own chakras and then figuring out, deciphering that information for yourself.
I had also read that Sahaja Meditation was open to people from all different backgrounds and
oh yeah, of course.
And spirituality paths coming together to do this. What are your thoughts on that? At your center, do you welcome people from all different backgrounds?
Oh yeah, well of course, definitely. Yeah, no, both of us have meditated all over the world with people from all over the world.
We don't ask people
that
about their
doesn't even matter.
And especially different spiritual backgrounds.
Absolutely. Every religion in the world, I mean, you can go literally anywhere in the world and practice with people. You can go to a Muslim country, a Christian country, you can go, he was in Israel for 13 years, and you can go to Israel right now and meditate with people there. I won't even talk about India, but even Russia is full, all over Europe, Africa, all, anywhere.
And that's what I read about on the internet too, so it's nice to hear.
Yeah, it's beautiful because we look at it like, it's almost like different people from different parts of the world represent the different chakras themselves. And so they represent different qualities themselves, so that when you are with them, it enhances your qualities. It's hard to describe. It's something you feel. So actually, the more you meditate with people from around the world, it's better for you. And you can appreciate the qualities they bring to the world better. So it's actually very, very beautiful. It's something that allows you to appreciate things much more. It's very, very lovely. Yeah. Any questions? Or are we good?
Yeah. When you say to harness the energy, what do you mean?
Simply paying attention to it. I think most of the time we go through our day and we just ignore our essence. We're always outside ourselves. Our attention that's why we want to close our eyes when we meditate, to put it in. Our attention is constantly outside, and now more than ever. Meditation is an exercise of your attention. You are strengthening a muscle, a new muscle. It's the muscle of attention. So now our attention is on the iPad, the computer, the TV, and the phone. Out. And it gets more and more dispersed. Children are having ADD left and right. It's so easy to help that with meditation. and eliminate it. But it requires practice. That's why, meditating once or twice is nice. But if you want to really harness your attention and get your attention very powerful and get your focus very powerful, you have to do it on a regular basis.
So you live in a state of meditation as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, it becomes second nature when you get good at it.
Have you seen people who are ADD, who are diagnosed with ADD, like no longer be diagnosed after meditating?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Because I haven't, have you?
No, but I saw and I talked and I have friends who passed very, very harsh diseases and were treated by only this type of meditation, like AIDS and cancer, different types of cancer, were treated by this Sahaja meditation. What I like to say is that Sahaja meditation treats any disease, but not every patient, because it's really personal will and personal desire plays tremendous role in this. Because you have the key in your pocket, but it's up to you to put it into lock and open the door, or to try and knock into the door, or to turn your back to that door.
I'll give an
Make
example.
sense?
I knew a guy that was bipolar, and he was on medication. He started meditating a lot, and he got off the medication. But then he would slip because he wouldn't meditate every day. So for you and me, for regular folk, meditating every day is nice. It's like an added bonus. But for someone with a real problem, it's not a bonus. It's a necessity, unless you want to be on the medication. And I mean, it's totally cool. Stay on the medication, no problem, if that's what's going to help you. And then meditate too. No biggie. I'm just saying, if they want to get off the meditation, they have to be way more hardcore than just regular people, because they're going to have much more to penetrate through, and the chemical imbalances and whatever. So, but it's all in unity. Like I work at Artemisia and Rue, I do herbs in addition. So we work together. It's working with medicine. It's working. We're never going to be like, don't take your chemo. I mean, that's just crazy. Take the chemo, for heaven's sakes. Live, but meditation will help you get through that horrible time. Meditation will help you stay less stressed during that horrible time. And it will help you get through it. It will help you live, because it'll give you that power inside you, to that life force itself. It'll get it stronger, so that because so often it's whether or not you have that desire or not. So. Yeah, well, because you're not used to not thinking.
No, I actually am used to that.
Oh, good.
But I do feel spacier than normal.
Tell you what, this meditation is very powerful.
Yes.
It can be approached very mechanically, and then you don't feel much, even though you will still get relaxed, more balanced, more peaceful, more centered, we call it. But if you go into deep meditation, talking about that gap between thoughts, who experienced it today? Amazing, actually amazing. For me, it started from part of a second, literally. When I first time experienced that gap, I was, wow, and it disappeared because of my reaction, right? But the more you practice, like soccer player, you dribble the ball, you become very efficient in this, and you can do it for a day or two in a row. So the same happens with you. You become professional. That muscle, I like to repeat Ali's words, the new muscle of your attention becomes very strong, and you naturally become very comfortable in that gap, and you become master of that gap. You can stretch it for as long, at some point, for as long as you want. You can drive in meditation, you can cook in meditation.
And you can take your test in meditation. The cool thing is that if you think that if you're not thinking, you're dumb or something, but it's really the opposite. It's actually all the answers are there at your fingertips. It's much more aware than when you're full of noise. If it's full of noise, to reach the answer, sometimes you have to swim through the noise to get to the answer. But if you have no noise, the answers are right there. So you're much more efficient, a much more efficient being. So you can just do what you got to do, and you don't have to stress over it. You know, and it's so easy that my little 2-year-old can do it. It doesn't have to be complicated. She'll just be, you know, it's true. Anyone can do it.
Well, thank you so much. We have a few announcements before
Okay.
beginning class, but thank you so much.
My pleasure.